Today that mistakes in the first half of the game were kind of what really cost you at the end. Were you happier with the team's first half performance tonight?
I was happy with the first quarter performance. I wasn't so happy with 39 points in the second quarter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to Andrew next.
Hey, Coach. Today's game kind of mirrored the last game. Paint points were an issue. Stopping dribble penetration were an issue. But I'm just wondering, I remember after a loss last week, you said the team might need to hear a little bit less of my voice. And after 2 straight games of kind of similar issues, do you grapple with how much do I point out these similar mistakes versus letting the guys breathe a little bit and sort of realize where they messed up themselves?
I love these guys, and we are coaching our butts up trying to get them. And if we were to do that, we would let them breathe into their way out of professional basketball. I think they are here because those things are not evident yet, and they need to learn, and they keep hearing it.
And one other one for you. In the third quarter, you struck a pose. You sat on the scorer's table and leaned back in the midst of this big Memphis run. I was wondering at that moment, was there a particular level of exasperation or something you were feeling that maybe that your message wasn't getting through?
Andrew, I sat there and just trying to figure out how do we help these guys, because these guys are a talented group of people that want to do well, but sometimes it's misguided. Reading the game, like after a free throw and you're trying to win the game, like somebody should not be able to push the ball and go lay the ball up after a free throw. That's just not serious enough. And if I sit here and I'm quiet and I don't speak about it, I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing my job because it's disheartening, because these guys want to get into thin air where the best players in the world play. And that right there, if that's our approach, then we have zero chance. And that's why I can't sit there and be silent and say they've heard enough from me, because I wouldn't be doing my job.
Thanks, Coach, and congrats on the win.
Thank you, Andrew.
We'll head to Lucas next.
Hey, Coach, quick question for you. You spoke about Matt Mooney before the game. What did you see from him tonight?
I think he did a good job. He played a lot of minutes, more than usual. I don't know how many minutes he played. Matt does a good job. He's sort of a guy that comes in and, know we can trust him. We trust him with the ball in pick and roll. He can create for others. And also when his shot is falling, he just brings so much to the table. Also defensively, when he's locked in, he does a really good job for us being in gaps and being disruptive. And he's a guy who loves to defend. And those guys, like I told you guys at the beginning, I have a soft spot for guys that are tough enough to want to defend.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, Lucas.
Head to Amy next.
Congrats, Coach. I want to ask you about the final shot for Henry. I mean, we've talked about it. You know the G League grind. These guys know it. You know Henry's story. So just in that moment, not just for the team, but for Henry, do you have some comments about what that means for everybody?
So happy for Henry. I think he had some rough moments during the game, but one thing about Henry, he's going to give you his heart. In Harry being Harry, he's going to bounce back. He's a guy that we can trust when the game is on the line, and he proved it. I'm just so happy for him and so proud of him.
I just want to quickly ask you also about Alize. His numbers are a little down. He looks a little bit, I don't want to say tired, but he's been banged up that first week. And so are you concerned, or do you think he's just going to keep playing through it?
No, I think Alize is a mentally tough kid. I'm not worried about him. I think he's the probably asked him to defend more than he's ever been asked to defend. We are demanding more on that end of the floor, and it's just a matter of him adjusting. But Alize is going to play hard. Alize is going to give you everything he has, and he wants to win. That's what I love about him.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you in a couple days.
Thank you, Amy.
We'll end on Jason.
Coach, I got 2 for you. One, that 2 days off, does that seem like a month ago after those back-to-back games?
Absolutely. Yes. Seems so
Now-
far back.
And I mean, at the same time, you knew you needed somebody to step up. Did you think it was going to be Trace Tinkle playing 26 minutes? And his missed shots came later in the game. I mean, in that first half, he probably could have been one of your best players.
Brother, I had no idea. I would be lying to you. I knew we needed somebody to step up and trust. And that's the beauty of team sports, right?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty, I'll say this, that's the beauty of guys that are willing to compete. You know, we threw him in there and he competed. And that's all we can ask for. And he gave himself up to the team.
Wonderful. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody.
See you. Have a good night.
I got Nick right here.